You ain't feeling like jolt of self-awareness when you're saying that with this footage in the background, though? Who's letting this happen? We need to stop this now. Who's surprised? The only content farms I knew about were the ones about inflation and fart fetish porn.
I mean, I did, but it just looked a lot smaller. It looked like a child's leg.
They just looked small. They just looked like a child's leg, so you thought they were a toddler.
Well, there you go. I mean, no, I didn't know about those videos, actually.
How many times have you been in this pose in your life where you've not been with someone? How many times has that happened to you? Omni WRL. Should we just cover that? I'm kind of interested in that now. I'm not interested in it, but I am interested at the same time. You know, when you hate something, but you also started. Like, this is the most. It just comes off like the most nothing story ever. Did you know there's a bunch of vaguely sexual content that makes it into the YouTube Kids algorithm and gets pushed to retarded children on their tablets that aren't being monitored by their parents? In this video, you can see this character farting on the other character's face, and it looks like it's a fetish. This video has a bikini. Like, the most disturbing rabbit hole, really? Is it? I struggle to believe that somehow. Seems pretty like a thing that's been happening for years. Personally, I don't think there should be a YouTube Kids app. I don't know if allowing kids to access like user-generated content like that is a good idea, period. I'm trying to think. The thing is, it's just like impossible to. I don't know what the solution. It's like I don't think that anyone has a good solution to it. And it's just going to be a video going on about how, oh, there's these weird freaks in the comments, and there's these weird freaks making these videos, and they're getting so many views. It's like, okay, well, what do you want done about it? I mean, we'll watch it and we'll see. But I guess I just don't know what the prescription for any of this stuff is. Like, what do you want to happen here? You want YouTube to crack down on it? Like, I mean, sure, I support them doing that. But that doesn't really feel like a long-term solution. There's always going to be ways to, you know, there's so much content being uploaded to YouTube. And so much going into the kids too. You're always going to get things that slip past that have like vaguely sexual messaging to them or something. There's not like a hard and fast solution. You're always going to end up seeing stuff like this happen. Either this or an Elsagate or whatever. There will always be these little pockets that spring up every now and again. I guess drawing attention to it and getting it shut down is probably a good thing, but like getting YouTube to sort of whack this mole. All the characters in Amazing Digital Circus are above 18, by the way, and it's aimed at adults. I don't think it really matters. These videos are obviously not aimed at adults and are being put on the YouTube app, I think is the point, right?
It all started around a week ago.
They're child-friendly
characters. Scrolling
characters.
through Reddit, specifically r/YouTube and r/YouTube drama, which is my routine to find new material. Usually, r/YouTube drama has around 1 out of every 5 things that I can use, whereas
Chef Kiss Concern troll background music, kind of real.
YouTube is a total grab bag of all sorts of stuff. However, this day on r/YouTube, I found a post that would really impact me. Apparently, someone had found an animation channel which was making pornographic, Amazing Digital Circus content aimed at children. If you're unsure of what ADC is, it's a kids' YouTube animation series which was made to great success. The first episode has tens of millions of views, and several other episodes have been made since. Because of that, these exploitative Elsagate accounts have harped on it as the new Spider-Man/Elsa.
Okay.
I was very disgusted and went ahead and made a tweet about it.
Uh-huh.
Upon looking deeper into it, I realized there were actually multiple accounts doing it. Again, I was disturbed, but hoping these were outliers. However, there being multiple accounts along these lines made me decide to dig even further. It turns out, I wasn't even past the tip of the iceberg.
Well, yeah, no shit, this is a whole fucking industry. Like, I mean, sorry, I don't mean... Where have you been for the last 10 years? It's like the most obvious shit in the world. Have you ever been on YouTube before? I'm sorry, but like that Toy Chica. Yeah, here we go.
Baby, will you help me? Because I'm gonna help you. All I want is you now. All I want is
I'm sorry. This is just what this fucking platform is, bro.
I'm not going to be showing any of the videos themselves for several reasons. First of all, YouTube is notorious for issuing strikes to channels like me reporting on this stuff while not hitting the channels which are attempting to be exposed. Secondly, the channels themselves have proven to be very copyright strike heavy, and I don't want them making a single cent off of me. Here are my full findings on what I call PomniGate, as most of the content revolves around Amazing Digital Circus. And that is the beginning of the rabbit hole. I want to get a few things out of the way before we get into everything. First, I do not blame Gooseworks, the creator of Amazing Digital Circus, for their intellectual property being used in this disgusting way. It is not their fault at all, and I'm sure if they know about it, they are equally disgusted and disturbed by its exploitative use. Further, I understand YouTube's TOS pretty well, so you will never hear me encouraging you to go report accounts. That is considered brigading. However, if any of the material we review today disgusts you as much as it did me, reporting is the best way to get it out. Unfortunately, with YouTube's massive size these days, they aren't prone to care too much about something like this video. However, user reports, especially many, go a long way. Again, I am not encouraging reporting, in so much as informing you that it is the most effective way to combat this problem if you feel called to. I can comfortably say, as somebody who has covered multiple types of degenerates, pedos, stalkers, etc., this is by far the most disturbing rabbit hole I've gone down, and can certainly attest.
Do you not feel a bit of... You don't feel any, like, jolt of self-awareness when you're saying that with this footage in the background, though?
Reports, especially many, go a long way. Again, I am not encouraging reporting, in so much as informing you that it is the most effective way to combat this problem if you feel called to. I can comfortably say, as somebody who has covered multiple types of degenerates, pedos, stalkers, etc., this is by far the most disturbing rabbit hole I've gone down, and can certainly attest that it has affected me mentally. Because of that, this is the only video I will be making on the subject. It has genuinely had a pretty severe effect on my mental health.
What? What? Dude. This is Himpleton. He made like an okay video on like one Mama Max thing back then. He's one of Lyric's friends, I think. It's just... I looked at a couple of Pomni videos. It's had a severe effect on my mental health. Who lets commentary YouTubers talk like this? Who's letting this happen? We need to stop this now.
That being said, though, I will be continuing to update about this rabbit hole, including whether any of the channels are able to be taken down on my Twitter and Discord servers. So, if you have an interest in either of those, my socials will be displayed at the end, and my original thread on Twitter will be linked in the description. Further, I'm going to put all YouTube channels mentioned in the description.
Yo, why'd they draw the cat like that?
If you would like to take action yourself. Keyword on if you would like to. Again, not encouraging anything. Finally, make sure you like this video if you enjoy what I'm exposing, because I'm sure you won't like the content itself. And subscribe so you can tune in to my next video whenever it comes out. With all of that out of the way, let's get into it. Since X Studios was the first channel I found, we'll talk about it first. A lot of X Studios videos are inappropriate from titles alone, but don't necessarily show anything too bad in the thumbnail. We have titles like Pomni will crush Jax if she doesn't finish, and Pomni and Jax the first time. Within the animations, there are several questionable cases of content, some of which I will show throughout the video. I reached out to X Studios, along with any other creator who had their contact information within their channel. Out of everyone I contacted, he was ironically the only one who replied. I asked him whether this content was for children, and this was his answer. At first, they said, "Why are you asking?" with Cyrillics below, which shows that this channel is likely from a Russian account. I explain, I'm curious and would just like to know. No shame if it is for kids.
Wait, are these on the YouTube Kids
Wish I
app?
had a
these
boyfriend
videos?
like that.
Are these YouTube Kids videos? Wait, they aren't. I just went on this X Studio guy's channel. And wait, are these not even on YouTube Kids? Wait, yeah, who gives a fuck? Aren't YouTube Kids a normal YouTube link technically? Like YouTube Kids content. Yeah, it can, yeah. But but the reason why I know it's not on YouTube Kids is because when it's on YouTube Kids, it has a thing in the description that has like the YouTube Kids banner that says try YouTube Kids, and the comments are turned off. But these aren't YouTube Kids videos. No, YouTube didn't remove it already. I'm looking at the channel. There. They haven't removed it. It's just not on YouTube Kids. It was just not uploaded to YouTube Kids. I don't even know that he said that in this video. I've implied. It's like I'm so what? Do you want all this stuff age restricted? You want anything where someone like I don't know what the okay, so now I really don't know what the prescription is, because if it's not breaking TOS, if it's not like explicitly sexual. I mean, even if there's plenty of explicitly sexual content on YouTube. There's straight up porn on YouTube, right? Animated porn. So I'm not sure what the prescription is here. And yeah, if this isn't on YouTube Kids, it's like nothing like Alsagate whatsoever.
Thanks, H. Now again, let me emphasize the fact that yes, there is shame, but I was figuring this out. Well, it's not for YouTube Kids, but children under 18 can watch it. But YouTube sometimes thinks differently, smiley face.
Yeah, so it's not for YouTube Kids. It does not get uploaded to YouTube Kids. The children under 18 can watch it, but YouTube sometimes think differently. So he's saying, I don't upload it to YouTube Kids. I upload it as a normal YouTube video. Sometimes YouTube age restricts them. What is the prescription here? What is the prescription here? YouTube's even age restricting some of these videos. They're not on the Kids app. When they go too far, they get age restricted. What else do we want to happen here? What else do we want? What are we looking for? What outcome?
From here, in the recommended tab, I found Slimecat. This person literally has 4.5 million subscribers. Many of the thumbnails show children's characters in sexual and compromising positions, and their videos include these same characters in the shower, amongst other things. In addition to using material from the Amazing Digital Circus, they have a large fascination for Catnap and Dog Day, who are apparently characters from Poppy Playtime Chapter 3, which is a horror game that is geared towards kids. Most of them involve the two characters having sex. As you can see in this screenshot, this animation features a character from Amazing Digital Circus named Ragatha, flashing the other characters to get them to stop fighting. Several other channels, like SCP Cartoon, also use these characters heavily. Pregnancy and children are almost constantly referenced in most of these animations. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more blatant than they already were, I stumbled upon Dami. These are almost all overtly sexual, and again involve the character Pomni in all sorts of sexual positions and situations.
Okay. Yep, so it seems like some of this should be age restricted if it's not. I mean, are they? We're not getting... Sorry, this is meant to be a deep dive. If I'm going to have to do half the research here, I'm going to be very sad. Let's take a look.
Pomni will be with me. Let her go.
No, she will be mine.
Oh, that one is on normal YouTube. What about this one?
Pomni will be with me. Let her go.
No, she will.
Oh, that one's on normal YouTube too.
We are in the digital circus. This place looks so
Awesome slot.
Oh my
content
god,
here.
I can't take
Seriously,
the heat
this is
anymore.
great stuff.
Don't worry, guys. I know how to solve. Gummigoo, you can kiss Ragatha.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, Pomni, look at the car I bought.
Oh, it...
Fuck.
Why won't anyone give me flowers?
Oh yeah, this guy's getting away with it. W man's printing money. I mean, I agree. Some of that shit should probably be at least age restricted. Sure. Why can I see videos of these characters spitting in each other's mouths?
And again involve the character Pomni in all sorts of sexual positions and situations. Here are a few other creators doing similar things with amazing
I'm sure this shit goes hard if you're in the 6th grade.
digital circus while we're on the subject. Big Ba specifically makes shorts with fetishistic content, such as Jax and Pomni as babies, Pomni sitting on the toilet, and Pomni having sex with the crocodile character. Rainbow Z makes gacha-esque content with the characters, still leaning on overtly sexual components. Now, all of this is already bad. Another meta within this disturbing content is quote-unquote reaction content, where one or more characters quote-unquote react with static images to overtly sexual and disturbing videos. This way, less of the screen is showing the offending material. Dozy Reaction, Pomni Reacts, and Pomni U are the 3 that I found in this category. There are even DIY and craft channels like Tooltastic that use this PomniGate strategy, or gaming channels, quote-unquote, like Measle Games. Gummy Dora is yet another massive channel using this strategy. They use other IPs, as you can see, but the same sexual, violent, and disturbing thumbnails. From watching some of their content, a lot of it is repeated animations they have already made in different orders. However, there is still disturbing and intense themes on it, including showing characters' organs and showing them in the shower. As you can see, most of their comments are either confused children or ones too young to even comment properly, button mashing gibberish and eventually hitting send. This is a theme which will continue. Although some of the elements used in these channels, like those in Spooky Toons or aired cartoons, are more traditional, there are other disturbing fetishes such as inflation exhibited in others, like BLUNDER. But some channels go even further with their content.
Guys, kids are seeing inflation artwork online. Okay, this has never been happening before. This is the first time I'm hearing of this. Children are able to access inflation artwork on the internet. It's the first I'm hearing of this.
Content, literally narrating hentai made from the characters. These comics originate from Twitter, where they are very clearly marketed as 18+. Here, though, anyone, including the child fans of Amazing Digital Circus, can see the poorly censored voiceovers. Chaos Comics, Cougar McDowell VA, PK2, Digital Comics, Lola, Mr. Crab, Croissant Roblox, Secret Level Comics,
Like, is this
Lola.
is this really the example we're going for with the 2 views, the 5 views, the 250, the 800 view Jujutsu Kaisen incest comic?
Mr. Crab, Croissant Roblox, Secret Level, and Art with Nat all fall into this category. To look closer at one of these channels, it seems to be Lola's entire catalog of content.
Yeah, thanks for the recommendation, Simpleton. Sauce?
As you can see,
Hey,
she
stop.
uses much more than just Amazing Digital Circus, such as Gravity Falls, but it is the most prominent one. Mr. Crab is entirely dedicated to Amazing Digital Circus, on the other hand, and his profile legitimately looks like it's out of a toddler's coloring book. To use Digital Comics as an example, most of these types of channels have the following as their description. As you can see, they're drawing more to the fact that they are voice actors and artists, and talking about how much effort it takes to narrate. Part of this is to distract from their true intentions, while another part of it is to potentially avoid copyright striking. Not all channels asked Twitter artists for permission to voice over their comics, and as a result, can be prone to such action. Eliza Comics is another example that shows Poppy Playtime is one of the other big markets for this, namely Dog Day and Catnap. As you can see, the Twitter artists in question have marked their pages very clearly to dissuade children from viewing it. I really do not blame the Twitter artists, especially with Twitter being more geared towards adults in the first place. Rule 34, Sword of Art, has been a thing since the dawn of the internet. The real problem comes when you advertise it and make it easier for children to access.
It's just, okay. Is it not just as easy? I mean, I suppose you need an account on Twitter. It feels like if you're posting porn like this publicly, you would want like a consistent account. I just yeah, I really don't know what the prescription is here.
And talking about how much effort it takes.
Age restrict the videos, I guess. I'd support. I guess I agree. Age restrict the videos. But I don't know, like, what, do you want a new TOS change to get rid of this stuff? I think that'll probably sweep up a lot of content you probably don't want gone.
This is to distract from their true intentions, while another part of it is to potentially avoid copyright striking. Not all channels asked Twitter artists for permission to voice over their comics, and as a result, can be prone to such action. Eliza Comics is another example that shows Poppy Playtime is one of the other big markets for this, namely Dog Day and Catnap. As you can see, the Twitter artists in question have marked their pages very clearly to dissuade children from viewing it. I really do not blame the Twitter artists, especially with Twitter being more geared towards adults in the first place. Rule 34, Sword of Art, has been a thing since the dawn of the internet. The real problem comes when you advertise it and make it easier for children to access. Some of these Twitters often outright don't like when their art is being used for kids' content and call out individuals who use it. To look more into the channels themselves,
guys, sorry.
some channels such as American Vietnam.
Guys, sorry, there's a much more intelligent, entertaining, charismatic, interesting YouTuber has already spoken about this than Simpleton, whatever his name.
Hopefully didn't get canceled yet this week, so just wanted to announce that I will be streaming over at kick.com/Nuxon, or link in the description. My first stream will be January 6th in the afternoon, baby. Be there or be square. Let's burn this to the ground. What's next? We got something fun here. Okay. So, I actually really wanted to do a video looking into this for a very, very long time. The Atrocious World of Digital Circus Content Farms by Saberspark. So, Saberspark, I asked the dude if he minds if I react.
So this isn't remotely new.
What the hell is this? Oh, I'm cringe binge watching. That's what I do, ladies and gentlemen.
Animated pilot was so popular.
There is more content from the content farms than from the actual digital circus.
It spawned content farms. It is like the
Dude, what is this baby Pomni? Why are people...
ultimate backhand compliment.
3, 2, 1, go!
Years ago,
what the hell was that? Pomni versus the dentist machine?
I did a video that exposed the nasty world of YouTube kid cartoons that apparently contributed to YouTube doing something about it. So here I am in the same faith, aiming to do the same thing yet again. That these content farms got to go.
Dude, skibbity toilet
Folks,
Pomni.
I jumped into the abyss and witnessed the night.
What the frick is this? Okay, dude, for some reason, the only content farms for Digital Circus I knew about was like the sex. Dude, look at this. Gangle X.
Who's surprised? The only content farms I knew about were the ones about inflation and fart fetish porn. Thanks, Nux. Cool, Nux. Thanks, Nux. Thanks, bro. Thanks, man. Thanks for letting us know. Thanks for sharing.
Jax, X-Pomni, Roke Bunny Playtime. What the ever-loving shit-tastical fuck show is that? Maybe MatPet was right. Maybe Digital Circus is hell.
I'm about to show you how truly awful they really are.
Oh my god, it's Skibbity Toilet Kane! God has left the chat.
And into madness.
What? Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god.
What the freak is
this
that?
guy is like 30 or 40 years old. This guy's like 30 or 40 years old, and he's like, oh my god, he knows like the names. It's like Skibbity Toilet Kane, God has left the chat, Wholesome Chungus, Beach 100. You're a 40-year-old man.
I'm about to show you how truly awful they really are.
Oh my god, it's Skibbity Toilet Kane! God has left the chat.
And into madness.
What? Oh my god.
Come on.
Oh my god.
What the freak is that? What is that?
Oh my god, it's Pomni. It looks just like her.
Yeah. I totally recognize her.
Oh my god, it's Pomni. Now, can we take a moment to appreciate...
Making baby super fast.
Oh my fucking... Making baby super fast. This is a real thing.
What is this?
What the fuck did we... Chrissy, what'd you send me?
Oh, let's go.
Let's get it.
Well, I for one don't know, but
It'd be funny.
Why is this?
Yeah, I mean, I just don't. I've stopped caring. So Simpleton's made this PomniGate video like it's something he's exposing, but there's literally that one's got that other video had how many views? This guy's a 2 million sub channel. That video had at least 500k views. Like, what's the point? Why are we even bothering speaking about this? Like, why are you wasting your breath? Wait, what's this? Let me see. There's a comment here. Someone's effort posted a comment. One of Himpleton's, sorry, gay little friends posted his gay little video on the gay YouTube drama subreddit, and this so someone's replied here. This is nothing new. This content has existed on YouTube for nearly a decade now. Spitting. The channels and people making it have just shifted the topics they use to try to make this incredibly bizarre Russian bot content that almost feels like a direct form of psychological attack on children. Bigger YouTubers covered this constantly back in 2015-16. YouTube did nothing for whatever reason. I think they did do something, but sure, whatever. That aside, this video sucked and felt incredibly exploitative. It was bloated. The creator came off it as less wanting to do legitimate journalism, more wanting to seem edgy and self-righteous. Mentioning multiple times that this had a serious impact on his mental health was simply ridiculous. What? You had to start therapy after seeing this weirdo fetish content on YouTube, bro? Come on. Serious. Real. That's real. Real facts, spitting. Plus, the ending made an incredibly far-fetched claim that, if true, makes no sense in the context of the topic of the video. He claims to be showing a man in a sexual position with a toddler on YouTube, despite there being no proof of the age of the person shown. Personally, to me, the legs of the person in the video thumbnail did not seem to be that of a toddler's in any way. And if it did, and he truly thought it was akin to that sort of disgusting shit, why the hell would he show it? Well, what on earth are we talking about here?
So downhill. The recommended channels and videos became more and more overtly sexual, including POVs Spider-Man would have with multiple women and quote-unquote romance POVs. There was poop, there was imprisonment, there were syringes. This channel literally says it's for preschoolers. Some channels had as many...
Yes, there are Elsagate content farms still operating, yes.
As 8 to 12 live streams going on at once. There were runway channels involving women only wearing black tape, live streams with literal nudity in the thumbnail, implicational women masturbating, naked camping.
Yep,
all
welcome
the
to
while
YouTube, bro. Jesus
sitting
Christ.
next to
Trying
the
a bit much there,
other
aren't you?
kids' content, putting kids in major quotes. A large section of them, after some point...
Okay, so you haven't... Okay, I'm noticing that he's showing all this content. He hasn't age-restricted his video. So, sorry, what's... Do you have a moral stand on this or not? Because you're not just contributing to it right now? This isn't... It's like, this isn't age-restricted. A child could see this very easily.
Appeared to be Indian porn channels, showing stills from women clearly having sex or about to. Some channels, like Agent Spark, literally had amazing digital circus content and naked women content, further proving the correlation.
Okay. Yes, we know there's a bunch of weird sexual Gooner content farms that exploit kids' cartoons and shit like that, yes.
There was gigantic content, more inflation porn.
Okay.
And Minecraft.
Is that real? Okay. Is that really the one that we're gonna... Was that worth picking out? There's gigantic porn. Okay. Do we really view... Do we think gigantic porn is gonna have like more of an effect on a kid? I feel like on the scale of fetishes that could be displayed in a YouTube thumbnail, I think we could probably... Gigantes is, like, very low on my list of, like, concerning fetishes. It's a big problem. Okay.
Face sitting. Everything under the sun could be found, marketed to children, and shown on public YouTube. Finally, though, I found something that made me have to stop. This final image shown is clearly a toddler with an adult man.
What? With painted nails?
It's clearly a toddler with an adult man.
How? Where is this guy? Hey, do you want to talk about this video? Okay, well, I think we might... Yeah, we'll speak to this guy in a second. I think he's coming. I think he's coming.
After this, I legitimately dry heaved for a bit, and I had to quit. That being said, I found over 100 channels doing this, which again will be in the pinned comments for ease. I am so disgusted by this, and with it all, we have confirmation that Elsagate never really ended. However, we can do something about it. I personally reported every channel that I came across for their very clear TOS violations, and perhaps some of you will too. To conclude, why do I care so much about this? Part of it is because I have little siblings myself, ranging from 12 to as young as 7. I have caught them on this kind of content multiple times. When I am a father, which I do hope to be eventually, they will watch exactly what I did as a child. Zaboomafoo, Henry the Lizard, Baby Einstein, Scooby-Doo. There is already so much amazing content for children. Nobody can justify sitting their child in front of YouTube. If you're a parent, please just stop now. There's nothing wrong with portable DVD players. There's nothing wrong with cable TV. Just please, don't let them on YouTube. I've always been disappointed by YouTube's efforts to have young children on the platform, even outside of YouTube Kids. However, this just fully secures and legitimizes my opinion, which is that YouTube is a site for older teens and adults. Please don't be.
Okay. Yeah, okay. 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh, he's. Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Kuihman, what's up?
Hey. Yeah, I just finished the PomniGate video.
Nah. What'd you think?
Is there any like I towards the end I'm sort of like, I don't know if I'm missing some humor here. When you started saying when I have kids, they're gonna watch exactly what I watch. There's nothing wrong with a portable DVD player.
What do you mean?
Are you like trolling when you say that? Is that like a joke?
No.
Okay, how old are you?
24.
Okay. Have you ever spoken to like parents about how difficult it is to prevent them from using the internet and the fact that it can cause social isolation from their friends if they can't access the same media their friends can access? And
yeah, bro. Dude, I have little siblings. I talked about that.
Okay, so yeah, I don't think that means. So you think you can just keep kids from ever going online? You think that's like a possible realistic thing to do in the modern age? You just don't give them a smartphone until they're 18. You just like what is
no, I mean not. Look, man, not until 18, but like, yeah, when you're a kid, you don't need a fucking iPad, in my opinion.
Okay, you recognize it's like insane and a retarded prescription to like say parents just need to stop giving their kids iPads as like your solution to this problem, and that's never going to happen.
I mean, I mean, is that really retarded?
Yes.
Why?
Because almost every kid has a fucking iPad now. We're past that point in the culture. It's the way it is.
Okay. I mean, I just think that I don't really agree with that. Like, I think that there's a lot of ways to not have a fucking iPad. Like, it's not like it's a necessity.
Okay, so what do you give your kid when all the other kids are on their iPads at the family meal?
They're just gonna watch a fucking TV, or they're gonna interact like any normal children.
So when all the other kids, when every other kid your kid hangs out with has an iPad, and they're all sitting there on their iPads, your kid's gonna have the portable DVD player.
Okay, I look, I get it. I get what you're saying, but like, you know, I maybe it's delusional for me to hope that they'll still, you know, be playing local games together instead of just sitting around a circle with iPads. But like, I mean, that's kind of my hope, is that it won't just be like asocially fucking around on an iPad in a room together.
Okay, yeah,
like,
I imagine kids do still interact, but the point is that your kid exists in a social context where you're not the only parent, and therefore not the only person setting the terms of what's acceptable for a kid to be doing.
That's true.
And so for you to say, oh, well, I think parents should just stop doing this thing, is an incredibly naive perspective.
I mean, it's an opinion. I don't understand how it's a naive perspective.
Okay. Well, let's move off of the opinions. How did you know that those legs were a toddler's legs?
I mean, I didn't strictly, right? That was my opinion.
Why would you what indication did you have that they were a toddler's legs?
They looked a lot smaller.
You didn't see that the nails were painted on the feet?
I mean, I did, but it just looked a lot smaller. It looked like a child's leg.
Looked small. They just looked like a child's leg, so you thought they were a toddler. What did you actually say about this as well? Because there's nothing to indicate that's a toddler. It doesn't look like a toddler in any way. I don't know where you're getting the idea it's a toddler.
Okay. I mean, that's just what I thought. That's what it looked like to me. I don't think it invalidates the rest of the video.
Okay, let's say it was a toddler. Why did you put that in your video?
Because it's a depiction. That's not like, I mean, it's clearly photoshopped. That's what I thought.
How is it photoshopped? It doesn't look photoshopped at all. Where's the Photoshop?
Really? I think it does. I think like
what's giving the idea it's photoshopped?
The two objects look contrasting. Like they don't look like they're in a photo together.
So you would put photoshopped CP in your video, but you wouldn't put real CP in your video.
I mean, I don't think that it's CP at all. I thought that
you understand the point I'm making, though, right? Is that whether it's photoshopped or not, you're still including like that exact. You're including the same thing, but even though it's not photoshopped and it's not a toddler, you are.
I mean, I'm including it. I was showing it so that people would see it and make their own judgments, first of all, but also like it's not CP. Like I wouldn't put anything directly. Like,
no, the point there isn't necessarily that it's CP. Where it would be sort of like cropped CP, I guess, would be the idea, right? Is that this guy is meant to be fucking a toddler? He's got like her legs are up in the air, right? So it would be kind of like cropped CP. So it wouldn't be necessarily explicitly sexual in the image, but you would. You said that if it was a depiction, if it's just a Photoshop depiction, it's fine. But if it was the real thing, it wouldn't be. And I'm not sure how you're drawing that distinction there when they both look when they would both look identical.
Yeah, fair point. I mean, I think that to me, it wasn't CP at all. It was literally just like this, like very clearly, what's it called, provocative and disturbing kind of image for the thumbnail. And I wanted to show people that and point it out because, I mean, it honestly sounds a little bit unbelievable unless you see it.
Okay, you said you didn't just say you thought it might be a toddler anyway. You said, though I found something that made me have to stop, this final image shown is clearly a toddler with an adult man. After this, I legitimately dry heaved for a bit and I had to quit.
Yeah.
So you were having... What, you were dry heaving over a thumbnail image of an adult man plowing an adult woman, seemingly, with her legs off in the air?
I guess. I don't know, dude. I went through this stuff for 11 hours. I can definitely admit that, like, I potentially,
Henry super chatted $1.99.
fucked that up a little bit. But
bro,
I did go through this stuff for 11 hours, and it, it just fucked me up a little bit. And maybe I was a little bit more raw to it, I guess, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you keep saying that you're having mental health issues because of this content. Like, what sort of mental health effects have you?
No, I just said that twice.
You said you said it several times in this video. I think you said at least twice in this video. You said it's been affecting mental health, and then you're saying
I said that, yeah,
and then here you're saying you're dry heaving and that you had to quit and all this shit. It's like over some cartoons on YouTube.
Dude, really? Like, I mean, I would, if you went through this stuff for 11 hours, I think that you would feel similarly in terms of the fact that it's very clearly sexual. It's very clearly stuff targeting children.
I wouldn't be saying I was having mental health problems because that is not, I would not be experiencing that after 11 hours of watching retarded Gooner bait on YouTube.
Okay. I mean, that's you.
It's just like a baffling perspective to harp on.
To me, I have little siblings, and as someone who has seen them on like disturbing content, farmy shit like this before, it just really disgusted me. It really disturbed me.
Okay, so what's your prescription here? What do you think should happen?
Sorry, you cut out there for a second.
What's your prescription here? What do you think should happen? How do we fix this?
I mean, for me, obviously, I wanted to toe a fine line between saying, because I mean, my response would be to report all of these channels.
Yeah, okay, but what if it's not against TOS?
Well, what about it's not against TOS?
What if it's not against TOS? What then? You can report it, but it won't get banned, right? So what then?
I mean, sure, but I'm almost positive most of it is against TOS, and I guess just to, you know, go with your argument or whatever, if it isn't, then the best solution is to get a good amount of attention for it and have somebody see it on YouTube. But I mean, that within itself, that's very, very ambitious.
Okay. So someone sees it at YouTube.
Sure.
They're all, what do they do about it?
That's a good question. I mean, look, man, the reason I made the video isn't to solve an issue, it's to point it out and to show that it's happening in the first place.
Okay, but you're no, be honest. You made the video because you just wanted to make a video on the topic because you thought it was a salacious topic. There's already much bigger videos than yours that have been around for much longer that have already pointed this exact thing out, even just with Amazing Digital Circus, let alone with the entire broader issue of sort of vaguely sexual content farms producing content for children on YouTube, which has been known for a decade, right? So you're not really bringing this to anyone's attention in any significant way, right?
I thought it was. I mean, I don't know what other videos you're talking about. I know that Raymundo did one specifically on more stuff.
The Saberspark guy did a video like 7 months ago, and then Nux did a 50k view. It was a 500k view initial video, and then Nux was doing a 50k view reaction video to it, where he was pointing out all the weird Digital Circus content farm stuff. Obviously, the ElsaGate stuff has been around for literally 10 years. So. Was
it specifically about like sexual stuff, or is it more just content farming?
Yeah, it was about like there was like a quick baby place or some shit like where it said "make babies here quick" or something, and it was a similar shit to what you were talking about, where they go in and it cuts to black and all this shit.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, no, I didn't know about those videos actually.
Okay, I guess it just feels like the video doesn't really have a point. There's several, it seems like, factual inaccuracies, like when you say this is a toddler when it's very clearly not, and you don't have a prescription. I just don't know what you want anyone to do about it. Like, report the content if they see it, sure, but if you have a moral issue with this content being shown, your video just shows more of it, right? I mean, your video is these videos aren't on the YouTube Kids app, as far as I can tell. I went and checked some of these channels, and they didn't seem to be getting put on YouTube Kids. So your video is just as accessible as any of these videos and features all the same content. So I'm not sure if you had like a moral issue with it. It seems like you're doing the same thing, no?
No, I mean, I'm only really, other than a couple of teasers at the beginning, I'm only really featuring the thumbnails, first of all. And then second of all, I'm really just trying to raise awareness to it, which is why I put all of the channels in the description. And then thirdly, with
okay, but what is the bad action these channels are committing? The bad action would be exposing a mixed age audience to sexual content, and what you've done.
most of my stuff, man, is geared towards adults. Like I rarely have children watching my stuff, and like my channel itself has never been geared to children.
Okay, but you recognize that this specific video, in any way you could say those other people's videos are geared towards children, this video is as well. Like, you're also using the Pomni in the thumbnail. It's a like standard teenager commentary YouTube channel like thumbnail with Pomni there, like an animated character. You know, the sort of audience this would attract if it blew up is going to be what, 15 to 20, right?
Well, and that's not what I'm talking about at all. Like 15 to 20, sure. I'm not talking about that when I'm making this video. I'm talking about children, like little children.
Wait. So you're thinking like under 13? I see. Now I'm thinking, right?
Yeah, I mean, one of the commenters pointed out was
this stuff isn't even on like the YouTube Kids app. So while there are going to be older, kids under a certain age that are going to get onto the main YouTube app, YouTube specifically made the YouTube Kids app and curates that app to be for kids. The main app does have full-blown nudity on it. You can find even segments of porn videos, basically, on fucking YouTube. It's not exactly. They don't have like a huge hardline policy on sexual content or nudity. So I don't really know what your complaint would be there.
That it's specifically geared towards children. Like, regardless of whether or not it's on the YouTube, there's still children who watch it.
How is it geared towards children? What is it doing to be geared towards children?
The bright, flashy images, the way that the actual videos are formatted to be very simplistic, and talking in a very kiddie voice. I mean, they have very simple plots. They're using these kids mascots. Later in the video, I was talking not just about Amazing Digital Circus stuff, but like Paw Patrol and PJ Masks, which is openly marketed to very young children. So
you don't think there should be sexual content featuring children's characters available online, or
not necessarily online, period, but definitely not on fucking full-on open YouTube, and it's not age restricted. Yeah.
I guess I would agree that a lot of this stuff should probably be age restricted. A lot of specific videos. I guess my issue is more about the principle that you're laying down here, because I'm not really sure where the line is between you and them, because you are using a bright character on your thumbnail that does look like targeted towards kids. You are,
bro, that's a featuring
sexual content.
No, this is
the act here. It's not stretching anyway. The act is the same. You can say my intention was different. I want to bring awareness to it. They want to.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it is completely different.
Okay.
Like,
how is the act completely different? What is the distinguishing factor?
Listen, I'm doing a completely dry video essay where I'm literally like, to a child that would be completely boring. Everything about those videos is to catch a child's attention. Like, it's a plotted fucking skit thing with these childish characters and everything. Like, what I'm doing is I'm literally just explaining what's happening, whereas these are actual videos that are geared towards the children themselves. The only thing that you can come up with in terms of,
you've clearly made decisions that are there to market it to a wider audience, like using the character on the thumbnail, right? So you haven't.
No, I use the character on the thumbnail to show what I'm talking about. Like, what?
Okay. Yeah, for what purpose?
So that people know what I'm talking about, because most people don't know what.
Why would you want people who are just glancing at their homepage to know what you're talking about?
So that. Wait, what are you talking? So they know what the video's about. That's just like YouTube 101.
So they do what?
So that they know what the video's talking about and make a decision whether to click it or not.
Yeah, so they're doing it to click it. So you're making it marketable.
They're making a decision whether to click it or not.
You're trying to
not just to make people click it.
You're trying to get people to click it. You've made a decision about marketing it to a wide audience. Yeah, that's what we just went through, right?
No, you're like jumping a bunch of hoops here, buddy.
Where's the jump?
Because you're saying that, like, me putting the subject of what I'm talking about on the video thumbnail is automatically, okay, that's me wanting people to click it. I'm trying to make it like somehow clickable for children, especially, which is like, no.
It's not about your, again, you're saying this is about your intent.
I call it a disturbing rabbit hole.
You're talking about intention there, though. You're talking about intention. I'm saying that you're still providing this content to the same market. It's still as accessible as the other content.
Maybe in a theoretical sense, but if a child clicks on the video...
So these are both on the YouTube app, unage restricted. They're both in the same place. You get to the...
Yeah, but if a child clicked on this video... If a child clicked on this video, they wouldn't be entertained by it. Like, they would hear the...
No, but they might...
dry-ass white man talking about the fucking thing.
They might look at it and go, Pomni, this... Oh, I'm clicking on this. And it's like, oh, there's all these
No,
channels
it literally
where
says YouTube's most disturbing rabbit hole. It doesn't say
so they go on there.
Fun baby kids.
Dude, what world do you live in? Do you think that kids don't click things that say disturbing? I mean, I remember being a kid on YouTube and watching all these fucking, you know, top 15 most disturbing scenes in a cartoon.
Pretty fucked up.
Top 50, or what's the other possibility? Could they just go, YouTube's most disturbing rabbit hole, Pomni? Oh, what are all these weird Pomni videos? Oh, he's linked every channel here. Let me go check them out.
I really doubt that would happen.
You really doubt that would happen? You can't see that would possibly happen.
This is marketed to the same kids that are watching this content. I don't see that world.
You don't think you don't think that if you've released two pieces of content that both appeal to a similar topic, that they might have common viewership? You don't think that happens? Then there won't be a viewership overlap there. No, given my channel too. Like, I mean, I really don't talk about my channel's not marketed to children. I mean, no one's saying about like what your channel's marketed towards. About the video, right? You've included. Like, I just don't think you have any care about what you're including because you thought this was a toddler getting fucked and you put that in your video. Yeah, I mean, look, I'll own up to that mistake. And that's something I'll probably take out. Like, a good amount of people have been telling me that they don't think that that's what it is. And I mean, that's my mistake. Okay, but you recognize that it wasn't just my point, that's not what it is. So if that is what it is, and you've put that in your video, that's fucking insane. And so, like, for you to sit there and pretend that there's some considered decision being made here, where I know my video will never be seen by a child,
Colin Megan super chatted $2.59.
That's not what's happening at all. Clearly.
Thumbnail source is a TV show Siskian,
whatever's the most
part 1.
salacious. And that's the exact same way that these channels operate. They're just making the most salacious.
I was throwing it in. I was throwing it in so that people could see it, because if I said that and didn't show it, then no one would believe that that was actually something that was there. And that's, again, I take the criticism that, it's probably not what it is. I thought that that's what it was. Okay, if someone uploads Daisy's Destruction to their channel and I want to report on it, do I have to show everyone that it's there? No. Well, okay, so why does that apply in this case? I wasn't showing people Daisy's Destruction. I wasn't showing. Okay, so why does that not apply here? So why does that thinking not apply? I was showing people like just a thumbnail of like what that was. I wasn't showing them anything explicit. I was showing them something implicational so that they could see it for themselves. Like, I'm not showing Daisy's Destruction. I'm not even showing like CP. Okay, let's say there was a whole channel, none of it was explicit. The whole channel is thumbnails of old men groping 12-year-old girls. They're groping them through their clothes. It's not explicit. You can't make anything necessarily specifically out. Would you include that in your video to show people that it's there? Or would you maybe show one thumbnail? I don't show the whole fucking channel, and that's not what I do in my video. I mean, it's just insane. It's just insane. You're basically saying like, yeah, I would show like basically a sexual harassment of a child in like my video. Like, why? Why? That you don't have to include. You don't have to go. You could even just say, oh, I think there are some channels that. I mean, I don't know why you included this without vetting it. Period. But if you really wanted to include it without vetting it, you could say, oh, there's some thumbnails of, indiscriminately aged bodies because you can't see the rest of them. I've reported them to YouTube TOS, but obviously I can't show them here. It's like, but you don't have any proof, but you've come in, you've asserted this is a toddler and I'm showing you a toddler getting fucked. Like, that's just an insane set of decisions to make. Yeah, I mean, I'll take that note. I mean, to me, it felt logical at the time. I mean, look, I am somewhat new to this and still learning. I was, in my view, I was attempting to show people like what I was actually talking about. I didn't think that it was genuinely explicit in so much as it was implicational. And, I mean, that's what it was to me. I can understand what you're saying, and I can understand like where you're coming from with it. And I mean, I'll take that note for any future stuff I make, and I'm probably, like I said, going to take it out because, I mean, I think that, like you're saying, First of all, not everybody's going to agree that it actually is a toddler, and I mean that's fine. And you know, like, look, I'm not trying to.
I mean, okay, so someone in my chat has already found like the source for the image thumbnail. So, like, I mean, you could have probably researched this, right?
Yeah.
Like, but no, you said it's clearly a toddler.
I mean, that's how it looked to me.
I'm being told as well, I don't know if it's particularly relevant, apparently the creator of Amazing Digital Circus is openly supportive of porn being made of the characters. So I don't know that these are like, this doesn't seem like a kid's brand.
I mean, look, man, it's the same way with some of these other like kind of cartoonish stuff where, yeah, maybe it's not intentionally made to be a kid's brand, but like everybody, like kids are gonna like it because it's bright and flashy. And like, as shown by my video, a lot of the people watching this kind of stuff that's very clearly marketed to young children are young children. Like, I'm not saying that the actual show itself is for young children. I even talk about like some of the NSFW stuff that's being made that's very clearly marked and marketed to 18 plus people. I mean, that to me is different.
Okay, but like that, if you're talking like bright colors, cartoon characters doing sexual stuff, I mean, there's literally like I suppose this one's age restricted, it's still on YouTube, but there's literally like endless like Overwatch source filmmaker shit on fucking YouTube with millions of views. That's basically,
well, on the first one you just said, it was age restricted.
Well, yeah, but I know for a fact there's more that isn't age restricted. This is one that I was sent where it's actually somebody getting fucked, I think. But there's like endless content like this on YouTube. It just seems like a weird thing to suddenly be like, oh, this is a big problem. It's like it's been there forever. This is just how the YouTube
Amazing Digital Circus doesn't involve violence. It doesn't involve like explicit content within itself. I mean, Overwatch,
Overwatch doesn't even
Overwatch
have
is
blood,
not.
does it? Does it even have blood?
Dude, I don't know. I don't play Overwatch.
Okay.
It features people shooting each other with guns, which Amazing Digital Circus doesn't.
I thought Amazing... Okay, I've not seen any of the show. I've only seen autistic trans people talk about it. I thought it was meant to have like some darker themes or like be about something.
I mean, yeah. I mean, so does Adventure Time, man. That doesn't change the fact that, like, look, it's one of those things that both adults and children
but there's endless,
enjoy.
like, all over the internet. There's always been endless, like, Adventure Time lewding and fucking gender bending and porn and shit. That's always been the case ever since that show came out.
I mean, sure, but
it's just like it doesn't.
Again,
feel
my
like
problem is not with
novel
porn being made. It's being marketed to children. It's not the fact that there's porn made of it. Like I said in the video, like there are multiple Twitter artists that are very clearly marketing theirs to 18 plus crowds. And I mean, like, look, if that's what you want to look at in your own time, then whatever. What I care about is people doing it on these like public YouTube channels that are very clearly marketed to children.
Yeah, I don't think you've got any prescription about it. I don't know what you want done about this. You might say, oh, I've got a problem with this, but then you don't seem to know what to do about it.
But wait. Why do I have to have a prescription about it to just talk about it and point it out? Like, I mean, you can just I guess you can just shout into the void. I can shout into the void and say, wow, this is really bad. Some finger wag. Sure, go. No. Follow me for a second, buddy. So if you see like just some terrible act being committed and you as a citizen can't really do anything about it, right? But you see it nonetheless. Are you saying that it's morally bad to talk about it? Like, that's so stupid.
When did I say it was morally bad?
Well, but what you're saying is that it's wrong.
I don't understand the point. I don't understand what you expect. You're saying you're mad at it, but you don't have a prescription to go off, so there's no way this can ever be fixed for you.
Yeah, because I, as a citizen, don't know what the fuck to do about it, but that doesn't mean I'm not upset about it and I don't want to talk about it and point it out to other people.
But you can't possibly begin to formulate a prescription. You can't possibly begin to think, what should be done about this?
I mean, I said what I think the citizen can
you
do
think
about
people
it,
should
which is
report it,
reporting
but
the
it's not.
content and being more careful about what they let their kids
almost
watch.
like very little of this is going to be against TOS. YouTube's TOS is pretty loose on sexual content.
I mean, I don't know about that, but
I mean, well, it is because there's like fucking pussy massaging videos and fucking sombra NSFW content, and
I know, and that stuff to me is against TOS, but it's just not very well regulated.
I mean, when there's like videos of millions of views that are still up, at some point you've got to say like, oh well, YouTube have obviously received reports about this, and the way they're implementing the TOS is that this isn't against TOS.
Yeah, I mean, I think that like with that meta specifically, it's like the grift of it's considered educational content or whatever, which is not what's happening here.
Yeah, I don't think that's the case.
But,
I don't think YouTube is. Yeah, I don't think it's. Sure.
Well, no, I mean, most of those videos that actually show nudity are ones that are like, oh, it's a try-on haul, or oh, it's how to, like that fucking terrible video that guy made, like how to fucking like nair your fucking ass. It's like stuff where it's like, this is a how-to, or like, oh, naked yoga. That's like a educational like look at what it actually looks like, or like that kind of thing. That's the grift.
Sure, I don't. Okay, for this, I don't see. For this Overwatch shit, I don't see what the argument would be for education in any way. I can see what you're saying there, but I don't see that this is getting an education exemption. That's not happening. This is just.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that that's good. I'm not saying that I approved of that.
Okay, refocus. I was asking you to formulate a prescription about it. You don't think you don't seem to think this should be banned. You don't think there should be a new TOS thing put in to prevent sexual content, do you? Or do you?
I mean, ideally, that would be what happens, but like, I don't think that I have the power to do that.
But no, it's not about what you have the power to do. You don't have the power to get these people banned either. But it's about the fact is that this probably isn't against TOS, right? That's why these things are so popular and nothing seems to happen. Is because it's not explicitly against TOS. It's not against the way they enforce it. So
I mean, that's not my personal opinion. My personal opinion is that if it affects their bottom line, they're going to do something about it, and otherwise, they're just going to let the views kind of rattle in.
What is the TOS there for? It's to protect their bottom line. They enforce the TOS. It's not just when something blows up, it gets banned. You'll get videos that have 10 viewers that get banned.
Yeah, I mean, with some more egregious TOS violations, that's true. Like if you show somebody violently dying, yeah.
Not even just that. I don't. Okay. All right. I don't know if I've got anything else for you.
Sorry, what did you say?
I don't know if I've got anything else for you. I think we're done.
Okay. I mean, there you go.
All right. I'll catch you later. Thanks for coming on.
Yep.
He didn't put CP in his vid. But it's just like, if you think it is, like, if you're going to tell me, if you're going to say, this is, if you're going to, you can't do this in a video. You just can't do this. This is insane.
Finally, though, I found something that made me have to stop. This final image shown is clearly a toddler with an adult man. After this, I legitimately dry heaved for a bit, and I had to quit.
So you think you are convinced, clearly, this is a toddler getting fucked. And you put it in your video. No, it's not a toddler getting fucked. No, it's obviously not. It's very obviously not a toddler. Anyone with eyes. Anyone who bothered to do a tiny bit of research.
Son could be found, marketed to children, and shown on public YouTube. Finally, though, I found something that made me have to stop.
Like, you have to be so dumb.
This final image shown is clearly a
The thumbnail has the name of the show it's from. The implication is they're getting fucked. What do you mean? That he's got the legs over his shoulders. You do this when you're... How many times have you been in this pose in your life where you've not been fucking someone? How many times that happened to you? I'm supporting the homies. Yeah, I just don't... Yeah. Not a great video, I'll say.